find x if distance between point L and M is 10. Okay, so 2 points are given, point L and point M. Okay. So suppose
I tried this a little. I came till 1 minus x whole bracket square plus 64.
Okay.
Just tried it a bit. Just the starting part I tried.
Okay. Okay. We'll continue with this and then you see where you which part you put into, and then we'll move forward. So L has coordinates x comma 7 and M has coordinates 1 comma 15, and distance LM is given as 10. Okay, these all information is given. They are asking you to find out the value of x. Now here obviously we will use distance formula only. Yeah, so here this will be x1, y1, and this will be x2, y2. When you use distance formula, distance LM will be equal to x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. Now we substitute the values. Tell me now x2 and x1.
1 minus x.
1 minus x the whole square plus
15 minus 7.
15 minus 7 the whole square. Okay. Now distance LM is given, so you substitute that as 10. So this as 10, and this will be 1 minus x the whole square plus. How much is 15 minus 7? Yes?
8.
8. So this will be 8 square. Okay. Now I need to get rid of the square root sign. I don't want it. I want to remove it. So what will you do?
You need square on both the sides?
Yes, square on both sides. So you square both sides. So when you square both sides, this will become 10 square equal to under root 1 minus x the whole square plus 8 square the whole bracket square. Now what is the square of 10?
100.
100. And what will happen on your right hand side? This square, root and square will get neutralized. So or cancelled. And you'll just be left with what is inside the root. So inside the root you have 1 minus x the whole square plus 8 square. What is 8 square?
64.
64. Okay. Now this plus 64 you take on the other side. What will happen? Will become
100 minus 64.
100 minus 64 is equal to 1 minus x the whole square. Okay. How much is 100 minus 64?
36.
36. Now on your right hand side you have 1 minus x the whole square. So this you can use a minus b the whole bracket square and expand it. That is one way of doing it. But there is one even simpler way also of doing it. Now when we use a minus b the whole bracket square, we will get a quadratic equation. And do you remember how to solve quadratic equations?
No. Okay. Like if I see it once and
okay. I'll show you both the methods and then you decide which method is easy for you, and you do whichever is easy for you. So I'll show you both. So here we have 36 equal to 1 minus x the whole square. Okay. Now, can you tell me what will be square root of 36?
6.
6. So what at this step, what we can do is you can take square root both the sides. Okay, just the way we can take squaring both the sides, same way you can take square root both the sides. Okay, square root both the sides. So this will become square root 36 and this will become square root of 1 minus x the whole square. Now, what is square root of 36? 6, as you said. What will happen on the
6.
right-hand side? Right-hand side, what will happen?
1 minus x.
1 minus x. Now, we need to find the value of x. So, you take a minus x on this side and take plus 6 on the other side. So, what will happen? This will become plus x here and this will become 1 minus plus 6 you take on the other side, it will become minus 6.
Minus 6.
So how much is 1 minus 6? Minus how much?
Minus 5.
Minus 5. So the value of x is minus 5. Is this method clear?
Yes, understood.
Okay. So first what you do, you write down this method and then I'll show you the second method.
Yes.
Is it visible?
Yes, yes. Yeah, done.
I'll show you the second method. Okay. So up to here, it will be the same. So that is 36 is equal to 1 minus x the whole square. Okay. Now over here, right hand side, you use the formula a minus b the whole bracket square and expand. What is the formula? A minus B whole bracket square.
A square minus 2ab plus b square.
Plus B square. So we'll use this formula and expand the right hand side. So you'll get A square, that is 1 square,
1 square
minus 2 into A, that is 1, and B, that is X, plus B square. Okay. So this 36, keep it as it is. So 36 is equal to 1 square is 1 minus 2x plus x square. Now this plus 36 that is there, you take on the other side. So, and then this side you'll be left with 0. And I'll just rearrange this. So I'll have x square term I'll write first, minus 2x plus 1, and plus 36 that came on the other side became minus 36. Is this clear?
No, I did not understand what you did. Yeah, from that step only I did not understand. Yes.
This step is clear, this one?
Yes.
Okay. So this 36, okay, we'll write it as it is. Now this right hand side, just rearranging it, doing nothing else, only rearranging it. So you write x square first, so plus x square, minus 2x as it is, and then this plus 1 I'll write. This step is clear? Only rearranging is done. First the square
by
term.
By the degree order, right?
Yeah, yes, by the degree order. So high is starting with the highest first. So x square first, then minus 2x, and then the constant, that is without a variable, plus 1. Fine?
Yes.
Now this plus 36, which is on your left hand side, you take it on your right hand side. So when you take plus 36 on the right hand side, it will become minus 36. And here what will remain here? Here what will remain?
1?
No. No. Your nothing is there. So nothing means
0.
0. So on this side, it will be 0, and plus 36 went on the other side, and it became minus 36. So what is 1 minus 36?
35. Minus 35.
Yes, so this is minus 35. So I'll just write this in a proper way. So x square minus 2x minus 35 equal to 0. Fine?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if you remember, this is a quadratic equation. What is a quadratic equation? This equation, first of all, this is an equation because it has an equal to sign. Yes, this is an equation. Yes. It has an equal to sign. And it has only one variable, and that is variable x. And the highest power of that variable x is, what is the highest power? 2. Correct? Now, whenever the highest power is 2, this equation is called as quadratic equation. Okay, when the highest power is 2, this equation is called
the
quadratic.
Cubic equation and quadratic equation and linear equation.
In linear equation, the highest power is 1.
Okay,
in cubic,
yeah,
correct. In quadratic, highest power is 2, and in cubic, as you know, it will be 3. Okay, this is quadratic. Now you must have studied. Do you remember finding solution or solving a quadratic equation? Now you must have surely done it in 8th standard. But do you remember?
I don't remember, maybe.
Okay. Okay. So you see this last term. What is the number in the last term? It is 35.
Minus 35.
Just the number. Now 35, you have to split into 2 such numbers that after multiplying those numbers,
you will get 35.
Yeah, and after adding or subtracting, okay, after adding or subtracting, you should get the middle term. What is a middle term?
I remember.
Okay, what is a middle term here? It is 2.
2x.
Yes.
Okay, 2,
so which are the 2 numbers you should take that after multiplying those 2 numbers, you should get 35, and after adding or subtracting, you should get 2 or minus 2 to be more perfect, minus 2. Can you tell me which 2 numbers after multiplying I'll get 35?
7 and 5.
Correct. 7 and 5. And if you do, okay, middle term is -2, okay? -2x, middle term. If you do
-7
-7 and
plus 5
+5, you will get -2.
-2.
So you got your two new terms should be -7 and +5.
So
So
-7x and
yes, yes,
5x.
yes, yes,
Oh,
correct. So instead of your middle term, okay, in place of your middle term, you'll write your two new terms. That is -7x plus 5x minus 35 equal to 0. Okay, is this step clear?
yes.
Okay, then after this step, you do pairing. Okay, so this is the first pair. This is the second pair. Pairing is clear?
Yes.
Now, in the first pair, what is common? What can you see common in these two terms?
X.
X is common. So you take X, factor it outside. Okay, you take X outside. What will remain inside the bracket?
X -7x.
Correct. X minus 7. X minus 7. Okay, X came out. Okay, this X I have taken
Okay.
common outside.
Yeah.
Plus, in the second pair, what is common? What is common?
5.
Yes, 5 is common. Correct. 5. And inside the bracket, what you'll be left with?
X -7.
Correct. X minus 7. Because if you multiply this 5 inside, you'll get this term back.
Yes.
Yeah. So now you see here we have X minus 7 and here also we have X minus 7. So X minus 7 is same in both the brackets. So you write it once only, X minus 7.
And in the other X plus 5.
Yes, correct. X plus 5. So you have here X plus 5 equal to 0. Okay. Now, so after this step, you say X minus 7 is equal to 0 or X plus 5 equal to 0. So from here, if you take -7 on the other side, you'll have +7. So this becomes X is equal to 7. Or if you take +5 on the other side, you'll have X is equal to -5. So you see in this method, we are getting two values for X. So X can be 7. X can be 7 or X can be -5. Both are correct. So you do both of the method, the answer you get will be the same, only that in this quadratic equation method, we get two values for X. That is also correct. Is this some clear,
Okay.
this method?
Yes.
If you want, you can write down this also.
Yes.
So now from these two, whichever you find easy, you do that one.
The first one.
Yeah, the first one is in algebra, our second chapter is quadratic equation. So in that second chapter, we'll be studying all such type of sums only, completely. So we'll do in that chapter, we'll do these sums in detail.
Done.
Okay, we'll move on to the next sum now. Last one, the 8th one. Show that show that the points A1, 2, B1, 6, C1 plus 2, root 3, 4 are vertices of an equilateral triangle. Okay, before starting with the sum, first let's understand, or if you already know, what is an equilateral triangle? Do you know
A
what is
triangle which has all sides equal.
all sides and all angles as well?
Yeah, all sides and angles.
Correct. Oh, so then we'll start with the sum then direct. So all sides and to be more specific,
all angles.
Yeah, and to be more specific, all three angles in an equilateral triangle are 60 degrees. Okay, just for you to have an information, in an equilateral triangle, all three angles are 60 degrees, whatever the length of the side will be. Okay. So A has coordinates 1, 2, B has coordinate 1, 6, and C has coordinates 1 plus 2 root 3, 4. So we know when will this be an equilateral triangle? This will be an equilateral triangle if distance AB is equal to distance BC and equal to distance AC. Okay, distance AC. When all of these three distances are equal, then we'll say that this is an equilateral triangle. Okay, so let's start. I want you to find out distance AB first and tell me what it is. Okay, use distance formula, find out distance AB and tell me how much you get.
Draw the figure.
Yes, you draw it. Draw it. It will be easy.
Distance AB is 4.
Yes, correct. 4. Next, will you be able to do distance AC?
AC.
AC. Okay, only C, little bit different is the coordinate for C, X coordinate is 1 plus 2 root 3. So your calculation will be little lengthy. You'll have to be careful while doing the square calculation. You'll have to use a formula as well. Do you want me to do it, or you want to
No,
try
I'll
it
try it
first?
in pencil and then
Okay,
we'll see.
better. Yes, you try it in pencil, and then if you're not getting, then we'll do it.
I've got it till minus 9 equals to 12 root 3 plus 4 root 9.
Can you show it to me? Can you lift up the book up? Okay. Actually, I can't see. It's not visible because you have written in pencil.
I'm not giving you all.
Okay, one small mistake you have done. Can you tell me up to the step that you have done? I think you got something 1 plus 2 root 3 minus 1 the whole square, right?
Plus 4.
Plus 4. Okay. Okay, now look at this step here. Here, this plus 1 and minus 1, you can cancel it off. Okay, 1 minus 1 will become 0. So you'll be left with 2 root 3 the whole square plus 4. Now, how to do the square? 2 root 3 the whole square, how to do this? So first what you can do is you can separate the square. So you can do 2 square and a root 3 square. So what is square of 2? 4 into. What is square of root 3?
9.
No, root 3. Root 3. Okay, remember it like this. If you take the square of a number which is in a root, so that will be equal to the number itself.
Okay.
Okay, so it's like so suppose if I say root 3 the whole square, this means you're doing root 3 into root 3, and by this property you can directly say it will be 3. Okay, so here root 3 square will be 3, which is 12. So this is 4 into 3, 12. Is this clear? Any doubts here?
No, understood.
Okay. So you keep this property in mind, this one. This property that says square of a square root will be equal to the number which is inside the square root. Okay.
Yes.
So now coming back to our sum. So the square of 2 root 3 is 12, and this is plus 4. How much is 12 plus 4?
16.
16. And what is square root of 16?
4.
4. So we are done with AC. So this we got 4, AB, AC also we got 4. Now, in the exact same way, how you did for AC, how we did for AC, find out for BC now, distance BC.
Just show me AC, I'll just do it first.
Yeah. Write it down. So up to this step, it is correct where you did. Only after here, you write this part.
Done. 4.
Can you show me your calculation? Okay, correct. Yeah, it's correct. It's correct.
I've written the last formula, like the last sentence also.
Yeah. So all three sides are equal, hence it is an equilateral triangle. Okay.
Yes, I've written that.
So with that, we finish first exercise.
Problems?
Okay. Now for our next exercise, there are 3 different concepts in the next exercise. Okay, and from there, the first concept is section formula. Okay, so we'll do the section formula. First, I'll explain and we'll understand first what is section formula with this diagram. Okay. Now suppose you have a line segment A and B. In this, the coordinates of A is x1, y1, and coordinates of B is x2, y2. So you have a line segment AB, A having coordinates x1, y1, B having coordinates x2, y2. Now, if you have a point P, if you see this is point P. Now point P, what it does is, it divides your line segment AB into 2 parts. Okay, into 2 different parts. So this will be the first part, this will be the second part. Okay, the line segment, the point P is dividing your line segment AB into 2 parts. So now these 2 parts will be in the ratio. So the first part will be M and the second part will be N. So P divides point P, okay, I'll write here, point P divides segment AB in the ratio M is to N. Okay, so P is dividing your segment AB into 2 parts, or in the ratio M is to N. Now, in these problems involving where you have to find out, use section formula, we have to find out the coordinates of P. Okay, the coordinates of P, what will be X and what will be Y. So we have a formula that we can use to find out the coordinates of P, and that formula is called as section formula. So the coordinates of P will be X, Y. We have to find out X and we have to find out Y. So the formula for finding out X is mx2 plus nx1 upon m plus n. What is x2? X2 comes from the x coordinate of b, and x1 is, if you look at the diagram, this is x2, which will be known when we solve the problem. This is x1, which also will be known when you solve the problem. And m and n is a ratio by which this point P is dividing segment AB. M and N will also be given in the known in the problem. Similarly, you can find out y. The formula for y is m y2 plus n y1 upon m plus n. Okay, so you solve this and you will get the value of y, and you solve this, you'll get the value of x. So that both you substitute in this here in points. That will be the coordinates of your point P, x, comma, y. So is section formula clear? Any doubts in section formula? No? Okay, we'll do one sum, so you'll have a more deep understanding of this. We'll do this first example sum itself, and then we'll move on to the exercise. Okay. Do you want to write the formula? Did you write a formula?
Yeah, I'll write it.
Yeah, write it down.
Whole bracket square, right?
At which, where?
Formula.
No. This is it. No square, okay? No square. This is it. mx2 plus nx1 upon m plus n. And for y, my2 plus ny1 upon m plus n.
It's done.
Okay. We'll move to the sum. We'll do the sum. So if A with coordinates 3, 5 and B with coordinates 7, 9 and point Q divides segment AB in the ratio 2:3, then find the coordinates of point Q. Okay, first just let us try and picturize what is happening in this.
Yes.
Okay, so you have segment AB. You have segment AB. This is point A and this is B. A has the coordinates 3, 5 and B has coordinates 7, 9. Then it is said that point Q divides, so suppose point Q is this. Point Q divides segment AB in the ratio 2:3. So suppose this will be 2 with this length, and this will be 3. So point Q, let the coordinates of point Q be x comma y, which we have to find out. Because it said find the coordinates of point Q. And point Q is dividing your segment AB in the ratio 2:3. So what will be M upon N? M upon N will be 2/3. Or from here you can separate it as M is 2, N is 3. Is this clear?
Yes.
And let coordinates of A, that is 3, 5, let this be x1, y1. And coordinates of B, that is 7, 9, let this be x2, y2. Okay, now we'll use section formula to find coordinates of Q. So to find coordinates of Q, we use section formula. Okay. So what was the formula for X? It was M x2
X1, okay, X2 plus M
n
X
1 upon
M plus N.
yes M plus N. So now we'll substitute the values. What is M? M is, can you tell me?
2.
2. What is x2? Look at this. X2 is
7.
7 plus N, that is
3.
3, and x1 is
3.
also 3 upon M plus N, that is 2 plus 3. Now we just need to simplify. So 2 into 7 is 14 plus 3 into 3 is 9 upon 2 plus 3 is 5. How much is 14 plus 9?
23.
23. So this is 23 upon 5. We'll leave it in fractions only. There is no need to write it in decimal. So we got the coordinate of x. Now we'll find out the coordinates of y. The formula for y was m y2
M y2 plus N y1 upon M plus N.
M plus n. Okay. Now we need to substitute a value. M is 2. What is y2? Y2 is?
Yes,
9.
I did that.
9.
I did that. I did.
Plus n is 3. What is y1?
5.
5. So 5 upon 2 plus 3. Okay. 2 into 9 is 18.
18.
Plus 3 into 5 will be
15.
15 upon 2 plus 3. Okay. How much is 18 plus 15?
33.
33. This is 33 upon 5. Okay.
5.
This also will leave it in form of fraction. So point Q, which we said coordinates are x and y. We found out the values of x and y. So x is 23 upon 5, comma 33 upon 5. So this is the coordinates of Q.
So this is equal to 2 raised to 3.
Sorry, 2 raised to 3.
The ratio of Q.
2 is to 3. 2 is to 3. No, what was your question, but I didn't get it.
No, so I'm asking that 23 upon 5 and 33 upon 5 is equal to Q. So does it mean that MQ is 2 is to 3? So is it the same?
No, it is not the same. It's not. We have just found out the coordinates of Q. Okay, so this that you got 23 upon 5 and 33 upon 5. It is a coordinates of Q, while 2 and 3 is just the ratio that it is dividing this entire segment. Okay, this entire segment is just the ratio in which point Q is dividing. So point Q divides segment AB into two parts. So this is the first part and this is the second part. So this first and second part are in the ratio, and that ratio is 2:3. There is no relation between the coordinates and the ratio.
Okay, I'll write this down.
Yeah. Is it visible?
Yes. Done.
Okay, so I'll stop here and we'll continue in next week. Okay, next week, for next week, what I want you to do is I want you to I want you to practice exercise 5.1, and I think I will. Has Renuka teacher told you which days she'll be taking next week? Has she informed? You're muted.
Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday.
Next week. Okay, she has already informed these days she'll be taking.
Yes.
Okay, then I'll take it on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay, so on Wednesday, I would want to take a test on exercise 5.1. Is that okay with you? But on Wednesday,
Yes.
you want it on the other day?
No, it's okay.
Okay, okay. Then on Wednesday, I'll take. Yeah.
Yeah, and do I have to do sums for homework from problem set 5?
Problem set. Oh, let me have a look at the problem set.
Yeah, approving what?
Page 122. Maybe I can do 1, 2, 6, 10, 11, 12, and 15. You're on mute.
Okay. So yes. Question 1. Fill in the blanks. You will able. Wait.
तो वो टाइम बचा है तो इस पे डालो अपने पानी काट क्रिएट हो गया जस्ट अगर ऊपर को बटन
Okay. Do question number 2. Question number 2. Determine whether the given points are collinear.
Yes.
Then fourth, find a ratio. No, don't do fourth. Fourth is a little different. Fifth one, find a point on X which is equidistant. Do fifth one. Sixth one, find the distance between the following points. And eighth one. In the following example, can the segment joining the given points form a triangle? If triangle is formed, state the type of triangle considering the sides of the triangle. So you will have to find out the distance of all the 3 sides, and depending on the distance, you have to say whether it's the right angle, equilateral, or isosceles triangle, or scalene triangle. So there are 4 types of triangles. Okay, right angle, equilateral, isosceles, and scalene. Okay, that's it.
हाँ मतलब वो रियल टाइम में नहीं होना चाहिए वो डायरेक्टली रजिस्टर हो जाएगा
11 and 12 also.
क्योंकि आज मैंने इतना किया
Will you be able to do this much till
Yes.
Wednesday? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, do this much and then remaining we'll decide later.
Even I can do 15.
Show that A, B, C are vertices of a square. Okay, write 15 as well then.
कुछ तो नहीं क्या किया
Yeah, I think that's okay for first exercise. Okay, so Wednesday we'll take a small test and then we'll continue. I think entire 1 hour may go in the test because I'll try to check it on that day itself if possible. Otherwise, we'll discuss on the next day. Okay, so we'll stop here. Fine.
you were so
Thank you.
came up to me yesterday